Hello ratbags, it's Jade. Welcome to the Survival News Show. I'm going to be giving you a lowdown on everything you need to know about what's going on in survival in the last week or so. I'm revamping this show a little bit. I've always give you the timestamp so you can go straight to the game you want information about. I'm going to break it down even better now though. We're going to break it down into breaking news. Then I'm going to be talking about updates, recaps, and then upcoming. Breaking news will be all about release dates, any new updates that have just gone live, and any new announcements about new games. Updates are going to be about anything that's going on in the last week or so, with some patch notes and details exactly what's happening with your updates for your survival game. Recap is talking about any events and any stuff I may have missed or you guys are experiencing a lot of fun or issues with. Whether or not there's an update that's broken arc or something I've already covered in a separate video just to give you a lowdown on what you might have missed. And then upcoming is all about future, brand new survival games on the horizon, how their devlogs are going, some new first peeks at stuff, maybe brand new trailers for some of that stuff too. Let me know though, what survival game you want me to cover more? Are there any that you never see on my channel and you'd like me to showcase? I really want to make JPG the home of survival games. And that means news on a daily basis as well as the guides, tutorials for whenever a game is releasing or it's got a brand new big update. And in between that, I'm hoping to get more people on board to cover some of the games that I just don't have time or I don't enjoy it as much, but I know you guys do. So expect to see lots of guest presenters and lots of people maybe streaming on my channel in the future. I think this is the way I want my channel to go. Just a quick heads up, I do like playing a variety of different games and I definitely want to play more survival games rather than stick to the one or two that give me some small success like Ark or Conan or DayZ. So yeah, pop in the comment section what game don't you see enough of on my channel and what game you would like to see more of, and any other survival games that you never see. So anyway, let's crack on with the rest of the show. Breaking news first. Stranded Deep is pretty much one of the memes of the year in terms of coming out. Now I've got a lot of time for Beam Team Games. They've been trying to get their console release for over a year now. There was huge problems with Telltale Games, the publisher, going under just when they was about to release their game on Xbox and PlayStation. Ever since then they've gone through the process and I've kept you guys all up to date with every step. How they found another publisher, how they got the port working again, and how they started to announce it would be coming back on the Xbox and the PlayStation stores. A variety of things went wrong though. It was meant to come out just before Christmas, then they had another delay, then they said it would be the end of January, February, and now of course because of the corona situation, they are saying it's impacting them getting it out by now. Their last update said they were aiming to release it at March, maybe the beginning of April. Well, now they've just updated again and talking about the situation and saying it's going to likely be mid-April now. It may seem small, but for people that have been following and looking forward to this game coming to console, it's probably like the third or fourth delay in the last 5 months. Stranded Deep is a good, decent little survival game, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be relatively accessible in terms of price, but it has got its limitations. There is no multiplayer on the game as yet. I do believe only through Steam Play can you play multiplayer. They do have split screen, and I'm really hoping they've got a surprise in store that multiplayer will come. Surviving on a desert island will be coming to console players though very soon, and I'm going to be all over it showing you the guides, tutorials you need. If I get any more information I'll let you guys know, but it's looking again likely mid-April, Stranded Deep finally on Xbox and PlayStation. Deadside, the latest pretender to the DayZ Scum throne, is got a release date or will be having a release very soon. I'm just downloading the beta for this right now, so I'm going to be taking part in it and hopefully getting you guys some footage very soon. Not going to have to wait long. It's coming out on the 14th of April. Now, they've had a few little setbacks. I think they was trying to get the game into early access just before Christmas or just afterwards. And again, some issues were keeping them back. If you've not seen Deadside, Deadside is a PvP survival experience, much like DayZ, but with the focus being on factions, NPC enemies, with no zombies, no mutants. It's all about coming across other players and these NPCs that run around in bands. And there's a variety of different types of NPCs as well. I've been following this for a while. I showed you guys some of the footage from their YouTube videos the devs have got, and it looks okay. It looks pretty decent. Obviously with Dead Matter maybe entering alpha access for certain backers later on this year and coming out in early access towards the end of the year, there's plenty of competition for this style game, especially with DayZ still relatively doing okay. Scum is continuously updating their game and they just went live with another update recently adding decay. But yes, Deadside does look like it could be interesting. So 14th of April, expect me to live stream that day and showcase the game. What the heck is this? This is PUBG's brand new limited time mode they've put into place for April Fools. It's not a joke, it's going to be an actual full game mode. It is Fantasy Royale. PUBG, I wouldn't necessarily coin a survival game anymore. Back in the day though, I've played this a bunch and there's lots of content I put out on my channel in the early days. I still keep up with it and it's definitely something I still want to have some more time to play, as I used to absolutely love playing it. So this looks like a bunch of fun though. I'm very interested because it's got crafting in it. There's 4 classes that you can see. Looks like you can be a magic crafting system, as well as lots of other things being turned on its head from the usual Battle Royale experience. So I'm going to give this one a try. It's out April Fool's Day for sure. I'm going to be seeing what it's all about. Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord is finally here in early access. I know this is pretty much a legendary game amongst a lot of players. If you like MMOs, or if you like survival games or strategy and simulation, this aims to include a lot of that content, and of course a famous group of modders went on to make Last Oasis. So it's definitely got a history of being in the gaming sphere. I've never played it. I've never paid too much attention to it, I'm not going to lie. But I have got a code access for it. The devs sent me one, so I'm going to be trying it out later on today. It's got directional combat, it's got the simulation strategy content, and like I said, I do believe it's got multiplayer action too, and it is a survival RPG game, I think. So don't shoot me if I've used some wrong labels there. I'm going to be giving it a try. It's out today in early access. It's rather expensive. It's about $50 for an early access game. That's got to be one of the most expensive I've ever seen. Already it's had over 172,000 players playing at its peak. It's one of the biggest Steam launches this year. It's currently beating GTA 5 and a bunch of other games as well. So it's obviously really popular. So we're going to see what Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord is all about. And it's update time, guys, on Memories of Mars for console at last. Obviously, it came out on console last month. This PvE, PvP survival game set on Mars has done okay. I've not had a chance to play it much in the last few weeks, and I did kind of want to wait until some more fixes went into the game, and it looks like they're finally appearing on console. I do believe on Sunday there was a patch for Xbox One. This brings it in line with the PC patch and it's got a bunch of fixes and changes to the game. And PlayStation 4, you're going to be getting the update at some point this week. What they've also said as well is that because of the certification process that had to go through for the first patch, in future the patches will be much closer together. They'll obviously still appear on PC first, but it won't be weeks before they come out on console. It will be just a matter of days. This is good news. I think this game's got potential, but it definitely needs a lot more content in it. I'm not going to go through them all individually. You can though check out the patch notes. I'm going to put this in the Memories of Mars channel on my Discord. So come and join if you want to keep up to date with that game as well as a bunch of others. We've got so many we're taking a look at and we've got news and info for. There is one potential problem though. Xbox players, you are having issues if you're playing on a private server. You're not able to join a password protected one. So if you know the person who's running that server, make sure they don't have the passwords on and hopefully you'll be able to connect while they line up a patch to fix it. So fingers crossed that will be happening soon and you guys will be able to play on your private rentable servers. A game I've not even played once yet, but I know there's lots of good talk about it. Subsistence is a single player survival game that has NPCs in the world while you're obviously fighting off the usual sort of creatures and enemies, I do believe. Well, they had an update on the 27th of March and it adds a bunch of content that looks pretty good. Elevators, tracks, as well as a bunch of things like animal traps and fishing traps. It's a very small game, but it has gained itself a little hardcore following over the years. It looks like there's a bunch of good stuff in here, so it might be the perfect time to take a little look. The update promises to fix a bunch of stuff with FPS, lots of graphical improvements and a lot more. So expect a little playthrough or live stream at least of Subsistence very soon. Now onto the recap, guys. Everything that's been happening in survival, updates, trailers, events, you name it. ARK Spectacular event is coming once more. From April the 7th to the April 21st, it's going to be the usual thing. This is the 5th time they've done this now, so I'm not going to run down it all, but expect more eggs to collect from, I do believe, dodos and oviraptors, is it? Yeah, they'll drop festive candy, collect the candy and feed it to your tames for a special effect. They've also added some brand new chibis. There's going to be 6 brand new chibis for you to get. And obviously a lot of people are more happy about the rate boost that will be there as well. New emotes, new skins, and they're bringing back some of the old skins they've had from years gone by. Typical colours that you come to expect, and it's something that keeps players happy. Bit surprising that they're doing this when there's still so many problems and issues with their Genesis DLC, but I'm guessing it's going to keep the majority of the player base a little bit more happy while we're all in isolation. Don't worry people, I haven't forgotten. Genesis is still having issues on console. The latest updates did add a bunch of stuff that needed correcting, particularly for PlayStation 4 owners. You're finally up to date a little bit more. But there's still so much broken with the DLC and the main game. Definitely needs me unpacking it in one big video, so I may go off on that one just a little bit. But for now, that's the recap of the excellent venture coming soon on 7th of April. It's going to be a big day. April is looking like it's going to be one of the biggest survival months ever. It's fair to say Last Oasis didn't have a very successful launch. Well, it did, but then it kind of all crumbled down. They just had huge issues connecting so many players to their servers, over 25,000 at its peak. That's a hell of a lot of numbers, which means Last Oasis was a success, and hopefully it will carry on being a success once they finish fixing their stuff. Instead of just letting the servers run like Wildcard did with Atlas, having multiple people not being able to connect for days on end, Last Oasis actually did something pretty brave and have took the servers offline for 7 days. They've announced that they're going to be giving refunds to anyone that wants to get a refund, regardless of your playtime when you purchased it last week. And I think that's a top move by this small developing company. Where were Wildcards when Atlas went down? Where was their offers of refunds to players? So fair play to Last Oasis. I'm hoping the server issues get sorted because I am going to be putting a hell of a lot of time into this game. It's one of the funnest games and good experiences I've played in a long time. So yeah, keep stuck to my channel if you want to know more about info and news about Last Oasis. I'm going to be there every step of the way. Hopefully, fingers crossed, by the end of next weekend, we should have some news and info whether or not they're going to be going live. They've got an outside engineering team they've brought in to take a look at it as well. And just a quick heads up for Conan Exiles fans, they recently had some XP event where they was giving players extra XP and extra harvesting rates, I do believe. Well, they've finished the harvesting rates, but they're carrying on the double XP until April the 6th. So if you're a big official player of Conan Exiles, now's the time to get on and play it and get all that experience. Now it's on to the upcoming section. You guys know I may have put an ad for Population Zero ahead of a video last week. Well, I have been covering this game anyway, and I've been keeping you guys up to date what's going on. A recent video just went live showcasing some of the stuff that's happening with the perk trees, what you can expect from crafting, and what kind of unlocks you'll be doing in this obviously survival game. It is a PvP, PvE led game, but there's a variety of different ways you're going to be playing. It's got an actual time limit on the servers of 7 days. These cycles will end and then there'll be new variations to the game modes that will appear. It's a bit light on some of them details, but it's definitely looking okay. I like the art style, it looks pretty decent, I like it, it's pretty colourful, and there seems to be lots of stuff to go gather and collect, and the character models don't look too bad either. The worlds look pretty vibrant as well. But it's the first time we're having a proper look at the tech and skill tree, so I'm definitely going to be showcasing this. I have got access to the beta, and I will be showcasing the full game when it launches in May. There's so much competition for survival games at the moment, hence why I need so much more help covering everything. But for sure, this is one I'll personally be checking out. And finishing off the show with a little brief look at Osiris New Dawn. I've been talking about this game finally coming out of its early access phase. They've got a closed beta running at the moment. It's another space survival game that's been around since 2016, but I'm definitely looking to revisit this. There's multiple worlds to explore. It's pretty exciting. No news about console release, unfortunately, and there have been some problems and issues with how developers have done stuff. A lot of players are unhappy it went into closed beta ahead of its full release. Lots of people feeling that early access was really meant to give everyone full access to the game. Lots of promises about updates coming here, there and always being delayed. It has meant that it's faced a bit of a rocky early access path, but it does look like they're adding some new stuff to it, like these animations coming across a new creature. It does look pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to giving it a try, so hopefully we're going to get more concrete news about release date in the coming weeks. Hopefully that's a bit better. Let me know what you think. Do you prefer me breaking it down in this way, or do you just prefer me just doing the timestamps? Let me know. I'm going to be aiming to do the survival news show a lot more often. I'm going to be trying to do it at least 3 times a week, as well as obviously keep up to date with individual videos talking about brand new games coming out too. So yeah, give me some feedback and hopefully I'll see you ratbags for more content very soon.